This video is sponsored by FlexiSpot. So imagine you wake up with a splitting headache, walk outside your room, and bam, you're in the world of Dark Souls 3. Good luck. In this video, we're going to rank your survival chances in the game's major areas based on the person's average capabilities, actual survival needs like food, water, shelter, all to answer the question, could you survive in the world of Dark Souls 3? Let's run it. Firelink Shrine. Starting off easy, shelter for days, no enemies whatsoever, cozy little fires everywhere. Kind of a vibe. For food. Yeah, food is kind of a problem anywhere in this world. So I murdered this woman with my bare fists to see if you could eat her. I'm not proud of it.
Regret.
Especially because her damn body disappeared. But then I discovered something even better. Oh shit, this is water. And we're so back. We got shelter, fire, water, got away with murder. And you know what? For food, look at this beefcake. No, I'm not saying that we eat him. Frankly, he would beat all of our asses, but maybe just a bite. No, I mean, this guy is eating something. Look at that bod. So your best chance is to make nice with Andre and see if he can help you with the food situation. Overall, this place is A tier, not quite S because we don't really know what Andre wants in return for his help. Smoldering Lake. This sounds like it would be a terrible area. Giant crossbow shooting down, giant crabs, giant Shy Halud 2, electric boogaloo. Overall, just a giant pain in the ass. But get this, right at the beginning, you have a safe, cozy shelter with a fire to warm you. You head down to your lakefront property, okay? And you grab some water. Just outside the giant crossbow's reach. It's totally safe. So we've already got water, shelter, fire, all we need is food, again. So first I tried to see if you could kill the giant crabs with the crossbow, which you can kind of hurt them, but it's crazy risky. Maybe you climb up one of these, they crowd around the bottom and the crossbow can only fire on the ground, so you kill them that way, who knows? Next, I successfully lured one over to our electric friend, but for some damn reason, they're invincible to lightning. So I guess you just accept your fate and die.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Well, there is one scenario where you have guaranteed survival. That is if you start behind the worm and the old demon king has already been killed. Why? Well, because this area is literally the only place in the game that has everything you need in one place. Shelter, water, fire, and food. Old Demon King is living good. Unfortunately, guys, you do have to be okay with eating ass. I know, it's not for everybody. Everybody's different, okay? Some guys like a little bush light, some guys like a little light bush.
I've never been a fan of the bush, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
But we're talking about survival here, so make your choice. Overall, this place gets an A tier from me. Cathedral of the Deep. Actually, goated place for survival. And I will prove it. Well, assuming you can make it past the start. Okay, let me just run it. Let's see what happens. Oh, you're dead. You get mauled to death. That's not gonna happen. Okay, so beginning of it, absolutely. Excuse me? Excuse me? Stop! I'm playing the video game. God, this dog.
Teleporting dogs ain't letting you live.
Yeah. So let's hope you spawn on the other side inside this sheltered area. Outside, the boys are actually chill as hell. Okay, so we got fire, water, shelter. Is this place kind of goated? And it actually gets even better. What people would want. Birds. Oh, there's birds. Actual, huntable, murderable, eatable, meaty animals. Wow. In a Dark Souls world, crazy. So outside Cathedral of the Deep has birds you can hit with a rock for food, water, shelter, fire. It's perfect. You absolutely have a great chance of living. Then if you spawn inside the cathedral, it's somehow even better. The entire place is one giant shelter with plenty of fire as well. Your main concern is getting debated by patches.
Well, say hello to the nice giant.
Or diddled by all those priests. But that's nothing to how bad it could be, come on. Because there's plenty of water down here and big open spaces where enemies do not go. This place is awesome. You take a nap. There's so much water. Lastly, for food, look at this idiot. Literally the worst tracking of a projectile attack, and he has no melee attack whatsoever. My grandma could kick this guy's ass. Both inside and outside, the cathedral is totally doable. S tier for sure, baby. And what's also S tier is the chair that I got from today's sponsor, FlexiSpot. I spend so much of my day sitting, so having a customizable chair with adjustable lumbar is huge for me. I know my channel analytics, so I know your back also hurts like crap.
My back!
The C7Max adjusts like everything. The armrest adjusts in 5D directions, there's an adjustable lumbar support, and even the headrest moves up and down and tilts up and down as well. It's actually given me and Babe 2 a new thing to fight over because we only got the one chair. She really likes the foot extension underneath, so again, she can stop stealing my footrest. It's worth the fight though. We do like the 135-degree recline, which Babe 2 has literally napped in, and the backrest adjusting dynamically is something I haven't cared about, but she loves it. The quality is actually really solid, and it has this 0.2-inch thick latex and memory foam seat cushion. It's soft, but also bouncy. We've had it for like a month, and it's holding up really well. Right now, they are offering a 30-day return policy for a risk-free trial, as well as a 10-year warranty with direct replacement for damaged parts. And now back to the video. Farron Keep. Louisiana, but somehow worse. Let's start with the obvious. Everything's poisonous. Your only hope for drinking water would be to maybe boil the water for safety, but the only metal bucket I could find is the helmet that this idiot's wearing. Not happening. For food, I thought you'd have a chance with these slugs, but this might be another punch him to death situation. Please don't disappear. Fuck me. At best, you have what little rancid meat that you can get from these guys, but overall, 100% chance of death. F tier. Grand Archives. Oh, you like reading books? You love this place, nerd? Oh, I'll never be thirsty except for my thirst for knowledge. Loser. I'm kidding. Books are good. I should probably learn how to read, but books won't feed you or quench your thirst, and neither will anything else in the Grand Archives. At best, you will have nice fire and shelter at the very bottom, but other than that, without food or water, you're dead. Like the old saying goes, you either come in the sink or sink in the cum. D tier. High Wall of Lothric. Right off the rip, you have a beautiful shelter. Completely secluded, no enemies. Yippee! But you have to factor in the entire area, because although it's a good shelter, the question is, can you get safe access to water around here? You can't get safe access to 15 feet from your shelter, let alone water. God help you if these demonic pups even get one whiff of your Axe body spray, because they will fuck your shit up all the way back to where you started. The rest of the high wall is swarming with certain death. Even if you made it inside, all these cups and bowls haven't had food in them for years. Oh God, I'm not living here and I'm playing the game. You could also hope various barrels would be full of something, but no, nothing. FromSoft left no room to the imagination. They are all completely empty. So not only is the area completely swarming with enemies, there isn't a drop of water, and your only food would have to be, well, less than preferred. Shockingly, this only goes in D tier. It can always get worse. Cemetery of Ash. The nice thing about this area is there is plenty of open caskets for you to crawl into and die.
You're right. I give up.
All right, you're right. Let's not give up yet. This area is actually covered in water. most of which is easily accessible away from enemies. But if you want style points, there's fire and water right in the boss Gundyr area. And like hugging your crush in high school, just hope that nobody notices the sword. I don't really think that makes sense. Whatever, leave it in. So water and fire isn't the issue here. It's food. Again, there is no little fishies in the water here, and no birds or animals, nothing. Honestly, you might have to just get munchy on some of these guys if you can find a way. Overall, this place gets a C spot because not a lot of dangers, accessible water, but overall you'd have to get pretty creative for food. Undead Settlement. You'll remember there is a bunch of dogs that attack some hollows at the start of this area. So I ran a test to see if you could get through. Oh! Get fucked. Okay, so honestly, that was not that hard. I think you could absolutely get through. Surprisingly, this area is less dangerous than you think. There's a ton of enemies, but plenty are easy to run by or have a very short aggro range. Also, most of the enemies are easily staggered, and their attacks are super easy to interrupt. You couldn't win a fight, most likely, but just a quick punch or a kick would allow you to escape. It's not like knights in armor in other areas. I mean, it's just farmers. Come on. Beyond overall safety, there are remnants of civilization, like a well for pulling water. A well, you know what I mean? And if that doesn't work, this little sewer entrance is perfect shelter and has water running through below. Just watch out for the rats. And that's about as positive a spin on this place as I can give, because per usual, you are shit out of luck for food. Overall though, decent shelter, water sources, and enemies aren't too crazy. We'll put this in C tier. Road of Sacrifices. The first half of the road is nothing but running past the worst enemies in the game, which is actually not that bad. You'd need to make it here. You've got a bonfire for warmth, and the two knights are described as upstanding and kind-hearted. That's a good sign. And also there's some signs of water and potential rainfall providing said water. The issue is you would likely need to venture down the valley for food, and it is dangerous as hell. For protection though, you may repurpose some of these wooden planks to a makeshift shield, or just avoid danger altogether by going full Tarzan and climbing these trees and navigating through those, staying off the ground entirely. As a person, you have a disadvantage in not being able to effectively use weapons, and you're one shot basically all of the time, but you have a lot more dexterity than FromSoft designed the game around, which you could use to your advantage. So overall, I'm putting this as a C tier for your survival. Catacombs of Carthus. This is going into B tier, and before you start bitching, hear me out. There is a surprising amount of water down here. Lit flames that you can build a fire out of. Big rats, yes, but I think it's possible to kill them yourself, maybe, or you could lure them into this rolling skeleton ball to kill them for you. Right off the rip, we have shelter, food, water, and fire. Now the rest of the catacombs, yes, those are, you're dead. That's not gonna happen for you. But the start of the area is actually surprisingly doable. With all that, I think it deserves a surprisingly high B chance for survival. Irithyll Dungeon. Let's start with the good news. The biggest threat in this area in terms of enemies is these guys, because they lower your health to one shot. But here's the deal. As you're one shot all the time anyway. So smoke it up with the boys. There's your positive spin. Water is not so positive though. There is not a drop in the whole place. I hoped this is water, but it isn't. I don't know what it is. It's just shiny. As for food, you could drag these guys to a safe spot. And there's even what I think may be the only potential place in the game that food is actually cooking. So hey, a few safe areas and potential food and fire. And check this out. You could put on some cool armor so you die of thirst in style. Don't got water, but you got the drip. C tier. Anor Londo. Hey guys. Oof, what's the run pass situation here? It's not good. You would be so fucking, dude, they don't miss. They don't, oh, heavens. So that's basically Anor Londo for you. You get a little bit of snow for water, and that's it. Because you will never get past these two goons. But all right, let's say you started inside the castle. This is just a hallway of death. None of the areas from Dark Souls 1 Anor Londo are open here. It's all bad. F tier. Lothric Castle, not to be confused with Gothic Asshole.
The Gothic Castle.
Gothic arsehole.
That's what I said.
Now, the castle
King in the castle, king in the castle.
initially seems like a perfect place to stay. You have perfect shelter, a nice bonfire, not too shabby. Until you start exploring, you realize the entire place is swarming with knights who say "me." Now, I would think that if you manage to put one of these armors on, that there is a chance you could disguise yourself amongst the other knights. But that doesn't really work in game though, so it's a bit of a stretch. And then there's the giant dragons that are usually here. Oh God, okay, yeah, this place is terrible. There's no more sugarcoating it. But I mean, although there is water around, it's in the Consumed King's Garden, but good luck getting to it. Is this poisonous? Fuck me, dude. Oh, is this water? Oh, that's horrible. I mean, I don't know if you could just, if you're thirsty, you're like, hold on. Let me get some water. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Oh. I'm just thirsty, please. For the love of God. Okay, this place fucking sucks. So other than good shelter and some really dangerous water placement, this place has nothing going for it. It's a D tier. Profaned Capital. Being this deep in the ground, obviously the first question is where to find water. Even with the lovely maidens, chances of wetness remain 0% down here. The only water is when I get these bitches wet. Bam. Oh shit, never mind. Not looking good. Food is nowhere to be found as well. Granted, you can take one of the ladies on at a time, but they always travel in packs.
Hi, how are you?
So unlikely to get consistent grub from them. Your only benefit is the tower in the middle has no enemies and decent shelter, and also there is no shortage of fire sources. But a lack of water and food means a lowly D tier chance of survival. Ethereal of the Boreal Valley. For this area, right when you start, you have a perfect shelter right behind you. Outside, it's snowing with some on the ground, so there's your water. The only issue is there is normally a murderous boss on this bridge. So that's as far as you're gonna go, unless you climbed down the cliffside to try and find food. But it does seem really steep, so not looking good there either. If you spawned actually inside the castle main area, you won't have any clothes to warm yourself or enclosed shelter nearby. Unless you, in your Taekwondo class, learned how to, parry dick punch someone to death, then by all means, you could take the clothes off of this chump, but I kind of doubt that they taught you the parry dick punch technique when you were handling claims at State Farm or whatever. So you're cold. With enemies every which way you run, maybe you can start where the water is at the base of the castle, but again, you're lacking food and there's nothing easily killed here either. So overall, that's a D tier, especially because there's just nothing to eat anywhere. Archdragon Peak. This place sucks. The entire first area is a boss fight. The second area is just knights that ruin a would-be beautiful home.
Inner peace. Inner peace.
No water, no food, no shelter, no love, nothing. Yep, that's an F tier trash. And that's it, babes. Let me know what I missed and how you think you would have fared and survived in the world of Dark Souls 3. Remember, a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff really helps. We've got tons more videos coming. But as always, thanks for watching. And again, if you're interested, FlexiSpot is having a President's Day sale with big discounts on shares. Use my code C750 to get an extra $50 off the C7Max. The more you buy, the more you save.